Okay, sounds good, Mike. Thanks. The Friday Night Fun Net is on the air. Good evening, everybody. It is 8 o'clock. Well, actually 8:01 p.m. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport, and I'll be your net control station this evening. I'll be your host this evening, I should say. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. That's what this hobby of Ram radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is to provide an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL in your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you into the net. Also, Mike, KD9MED is live streaming this net or on the internet. Those of you who are listening in on the internet, you want to check into the internet with the Mike K9MED, and he will in turn relay your internet check-in to me via the radio. Also, N2RON, Ron in South Boyd has got the Echolink connected. I just heard from Bruce, W4OLE down in Florida, former Rockford resident. He was W9OLE. He checked in as an early bird to check in. So you can check in via the internet also. If you're out in the sticks, if you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it, you're too far away, the conditions are bad, or you don't have internet access, just give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FNFN. 232-3636, the local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first, if at all possible. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time on mobile stations. If you have family time, you're rather concentrated or driving, or if you can't stay for the net, I'll take your short time or mobile check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll take your traffic right away. After we get done with short time and mobile check-ins, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net state, whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, hamfest, bike rides, or marathons. Belvedere Hamfest is coming up 2 weeks from this weekend. I hear a fluttering estate with fluttering noise. Is there a station trying to check in? We're going to move on. Okay. We'll do our regular features. We'll do the W9UIJ, Carl's Corner, and honor of our late great friend and colleague, Carl Larson, W9UIJ. He used to run a couple of tech nets several years ago on numerous repeaters. He used to read stuff out of magazines about propagation, electrical principles, ham radio, and what have you. This is our TechNet portion. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Or what kind of radio should I get, base, mobile, or what have you? If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we will do our best to try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the W9G Duncan DX corner in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always have a DX report to pass along. So get your DX reports lined up. We'll have our swap net. You have an items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to the hobbies of rap radio or computers. We'll do that. Get them ready. we're going to have a fun topic tonight. Now that school has started up again, I'm going to ask everybody, what was your favorite time or worst time you had when you were in high school, and what year did you graduate from high school? This topic was suggested by Lori K9KZT, and Brandon K9LOA suggested I ask about what year you graduated. So that's what we'll do tonight. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. We have a short time on mobile stations. I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go on now.
K9VU. Michael and Jamesville. I have a 40-year anniversary of the kiss of my wife for the first time.
Okay, so I had two stations checking at the same time. 889VU, Mike and Janesville, I've got to check in short time. Southern, have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the log. Thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
Alpha Charlie 9 Kilo X-ray, short time mobile.
Let's get that call. Alpha Charlie 9 Kilo X-ray, is that correct?
Roger, roger.
Alpha Charlie 9 Kilo X-ray, we got you checked in. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more short time on mobile stations, I'd like to check in. Please call now. Okay. Well, only two short time stations. Okay, maybe we'll have a big turnout like we did the last 2 weeks here. So, okay. Let's go ahead and start with the general check-ins. At this time, I would take general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go now.
KD9EPZ, but I'm going to be short time for a little bit. My son's on the phone.
The KD9EPZ, Al in Don Rochelle. Okay, Al, you check in, recheck in whenever you can. Thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
KD9HWK Mobile.
KD9HWK, Matt, mobile. Okay, I'll tell you what, Matt, since you're mobile, I don't know when I'll be able to get back to you again. What was your favorite time or what was your worst time back when you were in high school?
Oh boy, that's a tough one, Jimmy. Best time, I guess, was at the kegger parties. That would be my guess.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Listen, I'll let you go so you can concentrate on your driving. Thanks for mentioning for giving me an honorary check-in. Whoever was net control this past Monday night, you gave me a call. Unfortunately, I was not able to get back to him. Thank you for mentioning the Friday Night Fun Net and putting me down as an honorary check-in when you're in net control of the Monday night Kishwaukee After Radio Club net.
You're more than welcome, Jim. No problem.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Mike. K9HWK, that's Matt. He's mobile. He's one of the net control operators for the Monday night Kishwaukee After Radio Club net. That meets on 146.730 repeater in DeKalb with a PL of 100.0 minus offset. That net meets at 8:30 p.m. Okay, at this time, are there any more general checkers in Northern Illinois who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
Kilo Bravo 9, Sugar Victor.
KC9DDF.
W, Tom and Roscoe.
Okay, I picked up 3 more stations. K9SSV, Mike and Lost Park, got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Thanks for checking in. K9DDF, John and Elgin, Illinois, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in the same time as Tom was. Other station, come back, please.
Whiskey 9 Kilo Lima Golf.
W9KLG, Kevin in South Rockford. Okay, Kevin, I got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois of the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9MED, and I also have an internet check-in.
Okay, I had two stations trying to check in at the same time. I couldn't copy anybody. Let's try that one more time, please.
KD9MED with internet check-in.
KD9MED. Okay, Mike, internet check-in. Go ahead.
Hey, we have a check-in from our last video that he just commented a couple of days ago. Whiskey 2 Charlie Sierra India. W2CI.
W2CSI. Okay, I've got him checked in. I'll put down a little IC for internet check-in. Thank you. Okay, Mike, thank you. Thank you very much for relaying that internet check-in to me.
Yep, that's okay, Jimmy. That's Charles from Marshall, North Carolina.
Charles from Marshall, North Carolina. Welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time there. So thank you for checking in there, Charles. And thank you for the relay there, Mike. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
Whiskey 3 Mike Bravo X-Ray, Matt in Rockford.
W3MBX, Matt in North Rockford got you checked in. Matt will get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KC9QPO, Paul Lewisburg.
KC9QPL, Paul in Loves Park. I've got you checked in, Paul. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, we gotta go turn off for Northern Illinois. Let's see how many, we see if we can get just as good a turnout from Southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
Delta 9 Golf Delta Yankee Jim in Beloit.
K9GDY, Jim and Boyd got you checked in, Jim. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. One more time, any general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Well, it is Friday Night Fish Fry night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappie. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're probably tailgating out at the American Family field there, watching the Brewers playing the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know what the score is. WTMJ isn't coming in worth a hoot tonight. You're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, or Braunschweiger. Of course, your cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. At this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in Northern Illinois or Southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9MED, Carrie in Rockford.
KD9MED, carrying Rockford, the Duke of Digital DX. Got you checked in, Kerry. I'll get back to you a few minutes at the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, everybody's out enjoying the weather, so I'm sure we'll probably hear more of them back in. If you're going outside, you're doing anything on Friday night, take your HT with you so you can check into the Friday Night Fun. And I think City Market in Rockford is closed now. They're going back. They're having new hours now. They close down at 7:30 p.m. So, okay. Well, let's see. Oh yeah. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., if you're not doing anything, come on over to Freeport and attend our monthly meeting of the K9RFD Repeater Association. We hold this is our monthly meeting. We meet on the second floor of Freeport Public Library in the conference room. Everybody's welcome to attend. Again, our meeting will take place tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Our Vice President, John, K9OBJ, will be presiding over the meeting there. So you're welcome to, again, you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, come on over to Freeport and attend our K9RFD Repeater Association monthly meeting at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, the Freeport Public Library, second floor conference room. Okay, does anybody else have any traffic they'd like to pass along? Please go ahead. Okay, now we'll go ahead with our W9AXD Carl's Corner in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Carl Larson. W9AXD. He used to run a couple of tech nets several years ago on the various repeaters in the area. He used to read articles from different ham radio publications about propagation, electrical principles, and theory, and what have you. This is our tech net portion. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to get, mobile or base or what have you? You have any technical questions? Please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to try to answer them for you. Anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net? Okay, there being no technical questions, we'll go ahead with the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always had DX reports you'd like to pass along. Does anybody have any DX reports that you'd like to pass along at this time? Please go ahead.
KB9SSV.
K9SSV, go ahead, Mike.
I made a bunch of contacts in Brazil. I guess they had some kind of a 10-meter contest going on there in South America. So I made a bunch of contacts in Brazil, and it was on 10 meters. And made one out in Western Australia on 15 meters. And I got another one there. It's not really DX, but I did get to talk with the W9AXD studio. I guess they had an honorary ham sitting in there operating their equipment. And that's about it for the DX. Back to control.
Okay, sounds good. Well, it's good to know that 10 meters is really hopping down in Brazil. Of course, they're just wrapping up winter down there. Soon they'll be getting into spring. About the same time we get into autumn. So, okay, Mike, thanks for checking, giving us your DX report. We'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable. Anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? KD9MED, Kerry, do you have any DX report?
This is KD9MED. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. For the second week in a row, I haven't been using my main rig. I've just been listening with my little dongle receivers. And this week, I didn't listen to any HF. I've just been listening to VHF and UHF, so stuff that's not so far away. One thing I listened to this week for the first time was a mode called VDL2, the brief reset. VDL2 is one of the many communication modes, radio communication modes that are used by airliners. And I just figured out how to crack that this week. And I wrote a little article about it for the next ham rag. And I've been listening to random stuff on UHF. Listening to cement trucks today. And I found the frequency for Metro Enforcement Dispatch. They're chasing people away from the airport. So just listening, nothing far away. KD9MED.
Yes, thank you very much there, Kerry. And I got the ham rag in the mail today. I was just looking through your report there. That is very interesting with all these different frequencies. I think that's great that they do that. It's good to know that not all airliners use 108 to 136 kilohertz AM band. So that's I never really knew that they used that HF. I know that's well, that's great, and thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, if I was to count up all the different aircraft communication modes I found, well, there's, like you say, there's radio telephone on VHF, and then there's ACARS, which is one that I covered in a previous ham rag, and then the one in the ham rag you've got, that's HFDL, and then the one I did this week was VDL2, and there's another one that I haven't cracked yet. It's called SATCOM. I've got to dig into that. KD9MED.
Okay, Kerry, thank you very much for bringing us that DX report and putting it out on the ham rag. That's a great service that you do every month there for us. Okay, does any other station have any DX reports they'd like to pass along at this time? Okay, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and check in the late great Gene Duncan. W9AXD for honorary check-in. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put down Larry. K9KZT 8C for honorary check-in. He called me on the phone this evening. He told me he would not be around tonight, so I told him I put him down as an honorary check-in. So he's checked in. He was the one who suggested tonight's topic about what was your favorite memories or least favorite memories of high school. So, okay, we'll probably hear him tomorrow night on Saturday evening on Rag Tune at 8 p.m. on this repeater with the. So okay, okay, that's about it. There. Do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Jimmy, I got a check-in for you. K9FEO. That'd be Justin there. And this is W9KLG.
K9FEO. Kevin, thank you very much. I'll put a little R down next to this call for a relay. Thank you very much, sir. Kevin, we'll get back to you a few minutes further on, too. Thanks for checking in. That relay.
Yeah, Jimmy, try to get me on the round table at the last here. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back on W9KLG.
You do what you gotta do. I'll call you back there. It'll be a while before I get you anyway. You go do your duty. I gotta do the swap net anyway. So okay, so you go do your duty there, Kevin. All right, now let's get into the swap net. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to the hobbies of amateur radio or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of stuff. May mention price over the air. Excuse me, but the haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic they'd like to pass along at this time? Okay. With that, let's move on to the round table. What was your favorite or least favorite memory of your days in high school? So okay, let's go ahead with Larry. Oh no, we already did. That's right. Wait. K9SSV. Mike, what was your favorite memory or least favorite memory of your high school day?
Let's see. That's 50 plus years ago. Let's see. Probably the worst day was when we were in boxing. We had like a boxing thing going on, and PE went on for a couple of months. And I forgot the mouthpiece and got a chipped tooth. And probably my best memory is all the girls in mini skirts. With that, we'll go back to that.
Tell me about it. That was the thing back in the day. I graduated from Freeport High School back in '67. Oh boy. So my worst. Well, I had good memories of high school. I had a lot of good teachers, and of course, my worst memory was trying to pass consumer math. So in order to graduate from high school, I struggled with general math during my sophomore year. My counselor told me that I didn't have to take math my junior year, but I had to take some kind of math during my senior year in order to graduate. I took consumer math, and I'll tell you what, I almost flunked it. If I would have flunked it, I would not have been able to graduate, but by the grace of God, I did. So, okay, that's enough of that. Okay, Mike, thanks. Thanks for checking in. KC9DDF, John and Elgin, what was your most favorite or least favorite memory of your high school day?
Hey Jimmy, and boy, repeater's coming in good. So, boy, yeah, that's a long time ago, but just not much at the actual high school. But we had a really good youth group at church. We took trips together and did all kinds of things up to Isle Royale, and at one point a youth conference out in Colorado. So the things I really remember is those things doing with the youth group at the church, and not so much at the high school there, Jimmy. So, hey, thanks so much. Have a great weekend. KC9DDF.
Sounds good there, John. Okay, hey, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. At least you didn't have to call me on the hotline like you did a few times. Thanks for checking in. Hey, Mike, K9SSV, what year did you graduate from high school?
That would be 1972 in Cicero, Illinois, Morton East.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, you all. I suppose did you already have your 50-year reunion, or are you going to have it soon?
Nah, I probably won't go. I don't even know about it yet. I don't even know if they're having one. It's been probably half the people I know are dead.
I can believe that. Hey, at least 50, sad to report, at least 53 members of my class have passed away now. So a lot of them I knew were real well in high school. So don't worry about those reunions. I have never attended one single class reunion since I graduated. I didn't even go to my 50th, and then neither did my sister, who graduated in '63. She didn't go to any. She never attended any of her reunions either. I'll tell you what, it's always the cliques that run the show. Those of you who graduate, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's the cliques that run the show. You're either in or you're out. That's all there was to it. Okay, let's move on. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. What was your favorite memory or least favorite memory of your high school days? And what year did you graduate? What school did you go to?
Well, I graduated in 1956 from East Rockford High School, and don't really remember any outstanding good things. I remember one bad day I had. In my senior year, I got chicken pox, and I had it really bad. I was covered head to toe with those blisters, and then, of course, they turned into scabs, and went back to school all covered with those scabs, and I thought for sure the nurse would take one look at me and send me back home, and she said, no, you're not contagious, and I had to sit through class looking that way, and I kind of wished I could have been invisible. AC9NW, back to net.
That was definitely no fun that day. Oh boy, I hear you. No, definitely no fun. Okay, sounds good there. Okay, well, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay, you have a good evening. Enjoy your week, and maybe we'll catch you on the Ragtune Net tomorrow night. Okay, let's see if Kevin W9KLG is back with us. Kevin, are you back with us? Okay, we'll give him another call later. He had to go do his duty. So, okay, KD9MED, Mike, down in Rochelle. What is your favorite memory or least favorite memory of high school?
KD9MED. Well, I tell you, I liked science a lot. Most of the classes are okay, but never really cared for like any of the other stuff, like history. Oh my God, I fell asleep in that class. I'm kind of interested in it today, but man, I couldn't stay awake in that class if you paid me. But that's about it. But science and chemistry and things like that was pretty darn interesting. That's what I like to do. KD9MED, back to net.
Okay, that's okay. Sounds good. And what year did you graduate from high school, and where did you go to high school at?
That'd be 83, and it'd be over Malta High School.
Repeat the name of that school again.
Malta High School, over there in Malta, Illinois. Malta High School.
Oh, that's where the 146730 repeater is located. No, wait, that's right. They moved it to a different location. Now, Malta. Okay, I know where that. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for checking in there, Mike. You let me know if there are any other internet check-ins. Okay, let's go ahead. Matt, W9AXD. What's going on with you? What is your most favorite or least favorite memory of your high school day?
W9MBX. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, frankly, I was bored to tears with high school. I couldn't get out of there quick enough, so I quit. And I went in the service. I did get my diploma, and then went to college, and did pretty well in college. But frankly, I didn't really care for it much. I just wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible.
I hear you. There's a person who lives here in this building. He quit. He went to Freeport High School. He quit when he was 16. He went in the Navy. But I do not begrudge anybody who quits school. Because I think I don't know if they even can even do that anymore. With this situation being what it is with the COVID and what have you for the past couple of years, I would not blame anybody for if they did quit. But that was a really bad situation. Okay. Thanks for checking in there, Matt. Oh boy, if you get a chance, you're welcome to come to our meeting. Oh, of course, you got your family stuff there too, but I'm just letting you know. Thanks for checking in. KC9QPL, Paul in the Love Spark. What's going on with you? What was your favorite or least favorite memory of high school? Where did you go to school, and what year did you graduate?
KC9QPL here. Well, the bad part is the school caught fire, and we were off for a while. They had added on to the school, and the old part was the one caught fire. And I was glad to my senior year and graduated in 1957. We'll say 73 and be clear.
1957. Okay, sounds good. That was your late great Gene Duncan, W9AXD graduate from high school. He went to high school in Pogo. What high school did you go to, Paul?
It was White County High School down in Southern Illinois.
Okay, sounds good, Paul. 7-3, you have a good evening. Maybe we'll catch you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag tune on this repeater. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. KD9GDY, Jim in Beloit. What's going on with you? What was your favorite or least favorite memory of what was your favorite memory of in high school? What was your least favorite memory? What year did you graduate?
Jimmy, this is KD9GDY, and hello to everybody on the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, well, anyways, I graduated from high school in a little town called Orfordville, Wisconsin. Orfordville, some of you may know where that's at. And the name of the high school is Parkview High. So anyway, I graduated in 1975. Sounds like I'm one of the younger guys on tonight. So, but boy, a lot of good memories. There's a few not so good memories. A couple things come to mind. I had a civics teacher that I just had a hard time tolerating. He was mean, and I had to do everything I could just to pass that class. I did a report for him. He wanted to know. Have everybody take a county in Wisconsin and do a report on it. And mainly he was looking for like what the government was. And I put too much history in my paper. I didn't give me a D, but I mean I worked hard on that thing. And there was a lot of information in there. But he just had no love for me and vice versa. But and there's always one kid or something that you can't get along with. But I try to get along with everybody. So I was out for sports a little bit there and did really well with my music. Trumpet, I took first to state doing trumpet solos and played lead in the jazz band and all that good stuff with music. So I enjoyed most of my quick 4 years of high school. It went pretty fast. So let me see here. I think that's about it. I think I'll send it back to you. Hey, I want to remind everybody, I'm going to be there at the Belvedere Hamfest. Come up to the Straight Key Century Club booth there, and I'll be there manning that table. And I'll have probably a straight key and a bug out there and all that. Getting off track here, Jimmy. Let me let the repeater reset here, and then I'll make it quick. Hopefully I didn't time that thing out. Okay, anyway, so hopefully see you there at the Belvedere Hamfest. And then tomorrow we have our Greater Beloit Amateur Radio Club. We always meet at the Flying J down there in South Beloit on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. So I think it's open to anybody who wants to come. Everybody's welcome, and all ham operators are welcome. We talk mostly ham radio, but not necessarily just ham radio. We talk about all kinds of stuff, so it's a great time to get together. So throw that out there. I'm going to kick it back to you. KD9GDY, Jim in Beloit, Wisconsin.
Okay, that sounds good there, Jim. Thanks for checking in. Norm, KC9 RGG lives in Orfordville. He checks in. He hasn't checked in so far as of yet. So Okay, that sounds good there, Jim. You have a good evening. I'm hoping to get to the CFMC Hamfest. It's a matter of somebody come pick me up. So, okay, Jim. Thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. Maybe we'll catch you on the rag tune tomorrow night on this repeater at 8 o'clock.
Roger that. Okay, Jimmy. Thanks for doing the net. KD9GD.
You're welcome, sir. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. KD9MED, Kerry. What is your favorite or most least favorite time you had when you were in high school?
This is KD9MED. I attended Lane Tech High School in Chicago, and I graduated in 1971. They gave me a good STEM education, math, chemistry, physics. There were lots of shops that we could take as electives. And it was back in the days, this was way back when they still taught kids to be proud of America and not to hate America like they do now. So I guess I should be grateful for that. All in all, it was a positive thing. And I won't mention any of the bad things. KD9MED.
I hear you, Kerry. I hear. Lane Tech High School, just down the street from Wrigley Field, because I know on some of the old broadcasts they used to talk about that school there. So that's great. Thank you for checking in there, Kerry. You have a good evening there. So okay, that concludes my list. Before we go ask for any more check-ins, W9KLG, Kevin, are you back with us? Okay, we'll try for him later. Do we have any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9EPZ, recheck.
Okay, Al, we got you. Go ahead. I'm asking everybody, what is your favorite memory of high school? What's your least favorite memory, or your proudest moment? What high school did you go to, and what year did you graduate?
Proud moment. I didn't graduate. I have a equivalency of GED, but I went to high school at Northwestern Military and Naval Academy in Lake Geneva, which is no longer there. They tore the place down. That was where they filmed The Omen 2, was the last thing they did over there. That was the military school in the movie Omen 2. I went to that school. And but my father started getting transferred around all over the country, and we were never any place long enough to do much schooling. So finally, we were in Kansas City back in 1968, and there was a class to get your GED. So I went and got in the class and got my GED in '68.
Okay, Al, congratulations, although that was many years ago. So that sounds great there. So okay, thanks for checking in. Okay, how are you doing health-wise, and what else is going on with you?
I'm doing all right. I'm waiting to get into the cardiologist in October. I had an appointment last month, and I couldn't make it because when we had the bad rains, it flooded out over here, and I couldn't get out. But I know right now my doctor's got me on a medication to try to alleviate. They think I have heart failure, but I'm such a big guy. They try to do a couple of echocardiograms, and they can't get a good one. So I don't know what the cardiologist is going to do, but I seem to feel all right. It's not that I'm not feeling all right, but I sometimes get short of breath, and my pulse rate has not been as low as I'd like it to be.
Yeah, I understand. Well, let's hope that things continue to go well for you, and hopefully you eventually get to see that doctor. We'll put it that way. Okay, Al. Thanks for checking in. Night watch has comes in pretty good. I think a couple of nights ago I was able to check in. They know all about the Friday Night Fun Net. I told them where they can check in. They can check in via the internet and what have you. Of course, tonight they always have their Friday night get together at one of the restaurants there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how they come in tonight after we get there on the net. Thanks for checking in. Any more stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
November 9, Oscar Echo Golf, Chris in South Beloit. Hello, Jimmy, and I have no traffic.
N9OEG, Greg in South Beloit, Chris in South Beloit, I should say. Okay, Chris, I've got you checked in. Tonight's question: what is your favorite or least favorite memories of high school? Where did you go to school, and what year did you graduate?
Oh, gee whiz, I'd have to say my favorite classes was driver's ed and electricity and electronics shop, and also automotive. And least favorite was probably Phi-Ed and algebra. And I graduated from Janesville Parker in 1980.
Okay, well that's good. Hey, congratulations. Okay, Chris. Hey, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay, any more stations who wish to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time, please call now.
KC9GCR, here's N9 Chicago Northwestern, Mark in Rockford.
N9CNW, Mark and Robert, got you checked in. Okay, the topic tonight, what is your favorite or least favorite memory of your high school days? Where did you go to school, and what year did you graduate?
9CNW, I'd say I'd have to go along. Auto mechanics was one of my favorite classes, and the teacher was a great guy. He was a really neat guy, so I really liked that. And then I was having trouble in English, and the English teacher, who is the director for the senior class play, said, you know, you're great, and I'd go up if you were to help out on the stage crew and take a small part in the play. And she kind of talked me into that, and I did pass the class without any problems, so that was kind of good. I went to Rockford East High School and graduated in 70. We just had our 50th reunion last month because they kept putting it off for the COVID and all that. So we sort of said it was the 50th reunion when all of us turned 70. So I guess I had a pretty good turnout. Looks like they had fun. N9CNW, back to net.
That was great. We got two stations. We got two ERABs checked in the net. So that's great. Let's see. Scott Francis, 89SF, went to Rockford East High School. And let's see. Gary, N9CBI, is also at East High graduate. I think we had there were some other East High grads who were also ham radio operators. I don't know who they are, but okay. Thanks for checking in there, Mark. Any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. W9KLG, this is K9GCR. Kevin, are you back with us?
Yeah, Roger, yeah, I'm back. W9KLG here. Yeah, I was supposed to graduate in 96, but I dropped out. School wasn't all that great. I went to Auburn High School. And the best time of my years were in my middle school. The teachers were nicer and everything was better. And I had a teacher that I went to his house, and he showed me how to work on lawnmowers.
That is great. That is cool. Hey, congratulations that he did that. That's wonderful. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, I'll tell you what. I told you, like I said, I graduated in 1967. I would have graduated in 1966, but I was, in grade school, I was held back here. I struggled. I went to my grade school was the old Ride-Out grade school. We had it was a two-room schoolhouse. First, second, third grade in one room, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade in another room. We had two teachers, and we had a custodian who also served as a bus driver. Brought the farm kids to and took them back home again from school. 1957-58 school year, I went 1 year to Empire School here in Freeport. They had like a sight-saving class. I'll tell you what, I struggled in that school. As a result, I was held back a year. But I said, I told my parents, I did not want to go back to that school. I want to go back to my old school, be with my friends. That's exactly what happened, and I had no problem after that. So my last year in grade school was 1960-61. 3 years I went to Freeport Junior High, and the next 3 years I went to Freeport High School. I graduated in 1967. Okay, that's enough of that. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please go on out.
KC9 CFL checking in, no traffic.
KC9 CFL, Mike and Rockton, what's going on with you? We're talking about what are your favorite memories or worst memories of your high school days? Where did you go to high school? What year did you graduate?
Well, I'm trying to think of, I don't know, probably my best days were auto shop. I loved working on cars. So, and I graduated 2 years early, so I think that would be 96, I think. I don't remember. I tested out of, I didn't even have to go to graduation, so. But yeah, my worst day was some friends of mine went out drinking and I didn't go with, and they got in a car wreck and none of them made it. And I went to a couple high schools. I went to Larkin in Elgin, and I went to Elgin High School, and then I went to Richmond Burton High School in Richmond, Illinois. But yeah, a lot of fun. Not up to much, just working, and I built a little portable tripod for my my new 5/8 wave BNC long distance repeater antenna. That's what I'm talking on now, and it seems to work pretty good, just sitting on my table. KC9 CFL, back to control.
Okay, Mike, that sounds good. That was sure an adventure going to 3 different high schools there. So, okay, sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. If you think about it, we got the Saturday evening rag tune net tomorrow night at 8 p.m. here on this repeater if you want to check in. Okay, thanks for checking in. Any more stations wish to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? If you're coming home with your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show, if you just turn your radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 56 minutes, 55 minutes, I should say. We started a minute late. This is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. Without traffic, please call K9 GCR. Oh, yes. I just want to mention something. I got the ham rag, in the mail today. Thanks to Kirk K9 and Rah Preston for making me a copy. So, okay, hey, tomorrow evening there'll be the September meeting of the Rah will take place at Jerry's Pizza. It will take place at 5 p.m. tomorrow evening. They were supposed to know by tonight to W9AXD @gmail.com by Friday night to let us know how many people to expect. But that's gonna take place. Let's see. Okay. The September meeting is going to be a get-together this next Saturday night, September 10th, at Jerry's Pizza. We are going to have this at 5 p.m. so that people that do not like driving at night can be there and get home before it gets dark. Yes, it's going to be that time of year, unfortunately. So, okay. So, hopefully you guys will get a good turnout there tomorrow night. So, okay. At this time, any more stations who wish to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, by the way, I got let's see. I got the October QST at a magazine in the mail today. I suppose I better just, oh boy. It's time for me to renew my membership. Let's see what they got in here. I'm just taking a look-see. What some of the articles are. Oh, good. I don't want... one moment, please. Okay. Oh, I better not read the advertisements. I might get in the doghouse. Here's an article for constructing an accurate digital QRP watt meter. Here's all the different diagrams. Here's another one. The Scavenger Antenna Tuner, a manually tuned wide-range tuner using binary stepped components. Let's see what I can find. Oh, God, what in the hell? 450 ladder line at J-pole for 144 and 440 megahertz. That's just some of the information that they're putting out there. That's the latest information that you see in the October Hamrag magazine. Students experience amateur radio and a hands-on STEM camp, whatever that is. The 2021 ARRL Technical Innovation Award honors. I'm not going to bother reading that. But that's what's in the Hamrag magazine for the QSC magazine for October. Okay. Any more stations you want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Degrees here in Freeport, I got up to 80 degrees. So that's looking at the weather map here. So their news had just started. It's 66 degrees in Rockford, 63 degrees here in Freeport. So that's what's happening. Supposed to be another good day tomorrow weather-wise. Temperatures in the 80s. Friday, Sunday, the roof caves in. We're going to get more rain. Oh, boy. 83 degrees by 3 p.m. Tomorrow. So that's good news. We're going to have at least one more day of summer weather. Any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time, please call now. Okay, next Friday, next weekend, it's going to be Cheese Days in Monroe, Wisconsin. They're going to be, after a 4-year absence, they're going to be picking it up again. I'm going to do a Friday Night Fun Net next week. It's going to be devoted to Cheese Days in Monroe. I'm going to ask everybody what their favorite kind of cheese is. And I may read some recipes from the different cookbooks I have which contain cheese. Again, next Friday night's edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Be all about Monroe Cheese Days. Then 2 weeks from tonight will be our annual Radio Expo edition. I'm going to ask everybody, what are they going to look to buy anything at Belvedere, or do they look for to meet people, or what are they going to do? So that's about it there. So okay. I still do not have the new ARRL Tech Q&A book, which went into effect on July 1st. So as a result, I will probably have to buy a copy when I go to Belvedere. So we'll just see what happens. In the meantime, we're going to do Friday Night Fun Net Trivia, but we're going to use the general and the extra Q&A books. Okay, let me find the first question here. This is really for the benefit of these new hams or studying for their first ham radio license. So, by the way, BE testing session will take place at the Radio Expo from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. Again, it'll take place at Radio Expo at the Boone County Fairgrounds. Next VE testing session. Bear with me. I'm trying to avoid the same questions there. So okay. I don't know if I read this one or not, but I'm gonna read it anyway. First question, which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging station system gateway station? A, send an email to the system control operator. B, send QRL in Morse code. C, respond when the station broadcasts an SSID, whatever that is. D, transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging system gateway station? A, send an email to the station control operator. B, send a QRL in Morse code. C, respond when the station broadcasts its SSID. D, transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? All right. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging station, a system, a gateway station? Correct answer, D delta. Transmit a connect a message on the station's published frequency. Message transfer started by establishing a connection with the gateway station. This usually means transmitting a special connect message to that station on a published frequency. Gateway station usually operates without a control operator, so it is up to you to make sure the channel is not being used by another station. General Class License Manual, page 6-12. Okay. Let me find another one here. Okay. Why is the F2 region mainly responsible for the longest distance radio wave propagation? A, because it is the densest ionospheric layer. B, because of the Doppler effect. C, because it is the highest ionospheric region. D, because of meteor trails at that level. Why is the F2 region mainly responsible for the longest distance radio wave propagation? A, because it is the densest ionospheric layer. B, because of the Doppler effect. C, because of it is the highest ionospheric region. D, because of meteor trails at that level. Anybody correct answer this question?
W9KLG. I'm going to go with A.
Okay, thanks, Kevin, but sorry, but that's not correct. Thanks for trying anyway. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
KD9SSB, I'm going to go with C, Charlie.
Okay, I got you, Mike, Al. What do you say?
Say C, Charlie.
You are both correct. You are both correct. I want to give both of you a shot. Why is the F2 region mainly responsible for the longest distance radio wave propagation? Correct answer is C, Charlie, because it is the highest ionospheric region. Because the F2 region is the highest ionospheric region, it is the region mainly responsible for long-distance communications. A signal can travel a maximum distance of about 2,500 miles via one hop from the F2 region. General Class License Manual, page 8-2. I'm trying to read questions that everybody knows, not this technical stuff. All right. Let's see if you know this one. What is the correct adjustment for the load or coupling control of a vacuum tube RF power amplifier? A, minimum SWR on the antenna. B, minimum plate current without exceeding maximum allowable grid current. C, highest plate voltage while minimizing the grid current. D, maximum power output without exceeding maximum allowable plate current. What is the correct adjustment for the load or coupling control of a vacuum tube RF power amplifier? Excuse me. A, minimum SWR on the antenna. B, minimum plate current without exceeding maximum allowable grid current. C, highest plate voltage while minimizing the grid current. D, maximum power output without exceeding maximum allowable plate current. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, what is the correct adjustment for the load or coupling control of a vacuum tube RF power amplifier? Correct answer is D delta, maximum power output without exceeding maximum allowable plate current. And this discussion is rather lengthy, so I'm not even going to bother reading it. Okay, how does an inductor react to AC? A, as the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. B, as the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. C, as the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. D, as the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. How does an inductor react to AC? A, as the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. B, as the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. C, as the amplitude of the applied AC increases, the reactance decreases. D, as the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. Anybody correct to answer this question?
W9KLG here. I'm going to go with B, I believe.
Did you say B Bravo or D Delta?
B Bravo.
Well, Kevin, I'll tell you what. Sorry, that's not correct, but thanks for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Okay, I'll read the question and get the correct answer. How does an inductor react to AC? Correct answer is D delta. As the frequency of the applied AC increases, the reactance increases. Inductive reactance increases as the AC frequency increases. So, General Class Science and Manual, page 4-20, it also refers to another question which we won't get into. Let's see if we can find another one. I'm not reading that one. We'll find another one. Okay. Which type of rectifier current uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? A, full wave. B, full wave bridge. C, half wave. D, synchronous. Which type of rectifier current uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? A, full wave. B, full wave bridge. C, half wave. D, synchronous. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KB9SSV, I'm going to go with C, Charlie.
Sorry, Mike. That's nice try, but that's not correct. Thanks for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
K9APZ, A.
Nope. Sorry, that's not correct either. We'll try one. See if anybody else wants to give it a shot. If not, I'll go ahead and read the question and the correct answer. Anybody else want to try?
Let's go with B again. Bravo. W9KLG.
Kevin, you are, for once, you're correct. You are correct. That's great. You are correct. Which type of rectifier circuit uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? Correct answer is B, Bravo. Full wave bridge. The full wave rectifier is shown in figure G7.3b is really two half-wave rectifiers operating on alternate half cycles. This rectifier requires that the transformer output winding be center tapped to provide a return path for current that flows in load. General Class Science and Manual, page 4-32. Okay. Good. I'm glad you found it. Kevin, glad you finally got one right for. Okay. All right, hold on. Which mixer input is varied or tuned to convert signals of different frequencies to an intermediate frequency, or IF? A, MH frequency. B, local oscillator. C, RF input. D, beat frequency oscillator. Which mixer input is varied or tuned to convert signals of different frequencies to an intermediate frequency, or IF? A, image frequency. B, local oscillator. C, RF input. D, beat frequency oscillator. Anybody correct to answer this question?
W9KLG here. We're going to go on a roll here and go with B Bravo again. See if that hits it.
Well, it worked well. You are correct, Kevin. You are correct. Which mixer input is varied or tuned to convert signals of different frequencies to an intermediate frequency, or IF? Correct answer is B Bravo, local oscillator. The local oscillator, or LO, is adjusted so that the desired signal creates a mixing product at a fixed frequency called the intermediate frequency, or IF. General Class License Manual, page 5-16. Okay. Okay, we're going to do one more question on the general Q&A, and then we're going to move to the extra. All right, let me find the right question. All right. I think you know what it's going to be, too. All right, let's see what we can find in here. Oh, boy. Okay. Just one moment, please. One moment, please. Oh, you know what? No. We read that question, I think, a couple weeks ago. We're not going to read that again. All right. Here we go. Which of the following is good practice for lightning protection grounds? A. They must be bonded to all buried water and gas lines. B. Bends and ground wires must be made as close as possible to a right angle. C. Lightning grounds must be connected to all ungrounded wiring. D. They must be bonded together with all other grounds. Which of the following is good practice for lightning protection grounds? A. They must be bonded to all buried water and gas lines. B. Bends and ground wires must be made as close as possible to a right angle. C. Lightning grounds must be connected to all ungrounded wiring. D. They must be bonded together with all other grounds. Anybody correct to answer this question?
SSV D Delta.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. Which of the following is good practice for lightning protection grounds? Correct answer is D Delta. They must be bonded together with all other grounds. Lightning protection grounds must be tied to all other safety grounds in your home and shack. Having separate ground systems can expose equipment to damage from the lightning current jumping between ground systems. General Class License Manual, page 9-8. Okay, this concludes this portion of the Friday Night Fun Net trivia. We're going to read some extra questions, but before we do that, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now.
Alpha Charlie 9, Golf Oscar, Larry in Rockton.
AC9GO, Larry in Rockton. Okay, Larry, I'll get back to you in a minute. Any more stations you want to check in? Please call now.
K9RFD Mobile, Bloomington.
Okay, Larry, we're talking about what were your favorite memories or least favorite memories when you were in high school? Where did you go to high school? What year did you graduate?
Okay, yeah, I went to high school in Fort Wayne, Northside, and we recently celebrated our 60th anniversary of our graduation, and we were 2 years late, so actually it was 62 years because of the pandemic. In 1920, we had canceled the deal. That about probably my favorite part of high school was being the disc jockey at a lot of the dances, and it was something that I really enjoyed. And then later on, I got into commercial radio and was a disc jockey for a while and a news director. Anyhow, That's about it, Jim. Back to you, AC9GO.
Okay, well that's definitely great there, Larry. That was good. I'll tell you what, some of the smaller schools, what they do, sometimes they combine when they have their class reunions, they combine two different classes. They all have one like we'll say like for like a 1967 and 1975. Sometimes they combine the two classes. They have one reunion, a joint reunion there together.
Yeah, I've heard of that. We had a pretty good sized class. We had about 400 graduates. Unfortunately, now there's 160 some that have already passed away. A lot of them were good friends of mine, so it's kind of hard to remember that. But yeah, it makes sense to have double reunions for smaller classes. AC9GO.
Yeah, I was let's see, when we had our we had our 50th class reunion, which I didn't go. I've never attended one single reunion since I graduated. But they sent me a book there about all of them. We had 400 some members or whatever. I read at least 53 members of my class have passed away since 1967. So that was about it there. So. Okay, Larry, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll definitely talk to you on the Rag Net tomorrow night.
I hope to be able to participate. AC9GO. 73, have a good evening, sir.
You too, Larry. Thanks for checking in. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call on. Oh yeah, by the way, Larry, if you go to that rah-rah meeting tomorrow night, hopefully you'll get to, hopefully you'll have a good time there, so okay. Alright, now we're going to read questions from the ARRL extra Q&A. Okay. What is meant by the term mode as applied to an amateur radio satellite? A. Whether the satellite is in a low Earth or geostationary orbit. B. The satellite's uplink and downlink frequency bands. C. The satellite's orientation with respect to the Earth. D. Whether the satellite is in a polar or equatorial orbit. What is meant by the term mode as applied to an amateur radio satellite? A. Whether the satellite is in a low Earth or geostationary orbit. B. The satellite's uplink and downlink frequency bands. C. The satellite's orientation with respect to the Earth. D. Whether the satellite is in a polar or equatorial orbit. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KB9SSV, I'm going to go with B, Bravo.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. What is meant by the term mode as applied to an amateur radio satellite? Correct answer is B, Bravo. The satellite's uplink and downlink frequency band. The word mode is a bit overloaded when it comes to satellites. When referring to the satellite itself and not the type of signals it relays, mode refers to how the satellite's uplink and downlink frequencies are configured. Some satellites have only one mode, while others with multiple receivers and transmitters may be able to operate in the several modes. Each frequency band is abbreviated by a single letter. VHF by V, UHF by U, L band by L, and so forth. The first letter specifies the uplink, and the second letter specifies the downlink. Extra class lights in manual page 2-12. I'm not going to read. Oh, we're not reading that. I don't know, I may use FSK or whatever, but we're not going to worry about it. We're going to use simple questions. Okay. At what time of year is sporadic E propagation most likely to occur? A, around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. B, around the solstices, especially the winter solstice. C, around the equinoxes, especially the spring equinox. D, around the equinoxes, especially the fall equinox. At what time of year is sporadic E propagation most likely to occur? A, around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. B, around the solstices, especially the winter solstice. C, around the equinoxes, especially the spring equinox. D, around the equinoxes, especially the fall equinox. Anybody correct to answer this question?
What? Bruh.
You want to come back with that, please?
Bruh, be right, though.
We're going to move on here. I'm going to read this one more time. At what time of year is sporadic E propagation most likely to occur? A, around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. B, around the solstices, especially the winter solstice. C, around the equinoxes, especially the spring equinox. D, around the equinoxes, especially the fall equinox. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Everybody, that's right. Make it right, bruh.
KD9SSV, let's go with A alpha.
You are correct. You are correct, Mike. At what time of year is sporadic E propagation most likely to occur? Correct answer is A alpha, around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. The solstices, when the Earth's axis is tipped at the maximum angle with respect to the sun, are the times of best conditions for sporadic E propagation. Extra class license manual, page 12, 10-13. We're gonna find another one here.
What?
BC9HLL, do you copy?
This net is being recorded for future replay on the internet, on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. This transmission is going to be sent to the FCC for possible enforcement. With that, we're going to move on. Okay. What undesirable effect can occur when using an IF noise blanker? A, received audio in the speech range might have an echo effect. B, the audio frequency bandwidth of the received signal might be compressed. C, nearby signals may appear to be excessively wide even if they meet emission standards. D, FM signals can no longer be demodulated. What undesirable effect can occur when using an IF noise blanker? A, received audio in the speech range might have an echo effect. B, the audio frequency bandwidth of the received signal might be compressed. C, nearby signals may appear to be excessively wide even if they meet emission standards. D, FM signals can no longer be demodulated. Anybody have correct to answer this question?
Get that one right, bro. Everybody know that.
W9KLG, I'm going to go with B.
Well, Kevin, I'll tell you what. Thanks for trying. That's not correct. But thanks for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
That ain't right, bro.
I'm going to read the question again. I'm going to read the correct answer. What undesirable effect can occur when using an IF noise blanker? The correct answer is C, Charlie. Nearby signals may appear to be excessively wide even if they meet emission standards. The discussion is rather lengthy, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to read one more question, and I think we're going to call it quits as far as the trivia segment goes. Let's find one more.
Oh yeah, we them boobies.
Okay. Last question. What is the primary purpose of phasing lines when used with an antenna having multiple driven elements? A. It ensures that each driven element operates in concert with the others to create the desired antenna pattern. B. It prevents reflected power from traveling back down the feed line and causing harmonic radiation from the transmitter. C. It allows signal band antennas to operate on other bands. D. It creates a low-angle radiation pattern. What is the primary purpose of phasing lines when used with an antenna having multiple driven elements? A. It ensures that each driven element operates in concert with the other to create the desired antenna pattern. B. It prevents reflected power from traveling back down the feed line and causing harmonic radiation from the transmitter. C. It allows signal band antennas to operate on other bands. D. It creates a low-angle radiation pattern. Anybody correct answer to this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
KD9MED, Rah President. Good evening, Kurt. Okay, what do you say?
Okay, well, I'm checking in first of all, Jimmy, and I say the answer is A is an alpha.
You are correct, Kurt. You are correct. What is the primary purpose of phasing lines when used with an antenna having multiple driven elements? Correct answer is A, alpha. It ensures that each driven element operates in concert with the others to create the desired antenna pattern. Phased array antennas depend on precise current and phase at the element feed points to create the desired patterns. Carefully constructed lengths of feed line are used so that the proper current and phasing relationships are created. Extra class license manual, page 9-18. Okay, Kurt. Hey, I got the ham rag in the mail today. Thanks for doing that. And I made the announcement about your meeting tomorrow.
Oh, very good. I was just going to ask you about that, if you said anything about it. And, yeah, the main thing would be if anyone wants to go, ideally, you send me an email. And so I know, because I've got to call them and kind of let them know about how many people we're going to have there. So if they could do that, well, actually, by tonight is when I need to know, or by tomorrow morning at this point. But no, that sounds real good, Jimmy.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, that's a nice... You really did a great job with that stuff. Kerry, K9MED really did a nice job on the communication on the aircraft frequencies on HF there. Also, tonight I'm asking the question. This was suggested by Larry, K9KCT. What? By the way, he's not able to check. Wasn't able to check it tonight, so I put him down as non-honorary checking. I'm asking everybody, what is your favorite or least favorite memory you have of your high school days? Where did you go to high school, and what year did you graduate?
Okay, well, let's see. First of all, I went to Stillman Valley High School, and I graduated in 1975. Memories? Well, let's put it this way. I didn't always have my book open and I was studying. I guess I was goofing off and causing trouble a little bit. Not that the superintendent or principal and me were on a first-name basis. It wasn't quite like that. I just didn't get caught a lot. But, yeah, I tended to not put the learning at the highest priority all the time. Although when I was a senior, I did. Then I worked pretty hard on things. But when I was a junior, nah, I guess I did my share of goofing off. So there's a lot of memories to that. And they were fun. I couldn't do that stuff nowadays. Gee whiz, I'd be in trouble all the time, I think. But I guess that's the best answer I can come up with right now.
Okay, Kurt, sounds good. I hear you. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I was going to say too that a week or so ago there was a piece on the local news that a lot of the students, when they graduate from high school, are not going on to college. They're going to a trade school. They're learning different trades and what have you.
You know, I'm not opposed to that either, and I don't know what they said on the news, but my take on it is so expensive to go to college and not have a student loan. I guess some kids are fortunate if their parents can afford to, I guess, pay for it. I don't think that's all the right thing to do either. It doesn't teach a lot of responsibility in a certain way, but the point would be that it is so expensive nowadays, and you get out of school and you hear about these kids that have anywhere from $50,000 to $200,000 of student loans, and my God, that's a house payment and a half right off the bat. And so sometimes it doesn't pay to do that. And so I'm not opposed to trade schools. I think that's pretty good, especially there's some real industries out there that are going to have a pretty good shortage of trained personnel to be able to do that. And I suppose probably if I had that choice at the time, I would have maybe gone to a trade school instead of college. But you know, to each his own and whatever works. But I don't like the idea of kids getting out of school and having all that debt to pay for it. My God, how are you going to buy a ham radio?
Boy, ain't that the truth. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. It'll take you forever to pay off that debt and what have you. No, it doesn't pay. Well, I did not go to college after I graduated from high school. It was not, it would be about 18 years before I would even set foot on the campus of Highland Community College here in Freeport to become a member of the Highland College Radio Club there. But, yeah, I took another course, Introduction to Broadcasting. One of my friends here wanted to get me signed up for a student loan. I said, no, wait, Jose. I said, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to do that. Thank you anyway. But that was about it. And I think we talked about this on several months ago on the Saturday evening drag tune about that.
Yeah, I think we did actually. And now with my kids, what I made them do is, well, the one kid went in the service, so it's not a big deal. Although he had 2 years at Rock Valley, but the point would be with all the kids for their education, I paid for it in a way. I paid for like the tuition and what I could pay for, and then they had to work where I worked actually. They had to work at the shop then in order to have me pay for some of it. Otherwise, they said, it ain't going to happen. So you're going to have to work after school and on weekends and everything else, and I'll help, but I'm not paying for the whole thing. It's not my education, it's yours. So that's what I made them do, and that's what I had to do. I went to college for a couple of years, and that's what I had to do, is my parents, they paid for what they could, and I had to do the rest and get a job, and I would work till about 11 o'clock at night and then go home. You know, and, well, I was supposed to study, but I didn't do that much either. So, anyhow, that's kind of how it was done, but, geez Louise, these kids that get out of school and they got $50,000 to $200,000 of debt, and the jobs just don't pay like they used to, sorta. And man, I mean, it's like again, I don't know how they'd ever afford to ever get a house. You're starting out with a house payment just right out of college, and then you got a car payment on top of that and everything else. It's a tough world nowadays.
This is K9RFD, the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net, Central in Freeport. Boy, ain't that the truth? Yeah, oh yeah, that's one thing you don't want to have any of that debt. And also, I don't begrudge it. Of course, now back in the day, and I don't know if they still do it today or not. The kids, 2 years of high school, then they quit. I don't begrudge any kid for doing that, especially nowadays. Well, but back in the past couple of years here with the virus going on, I don't begrudge anybody doing that either.
Well, I don't know. Of course, the requirement was we had to finish high school. Well, I guess you didn't after you were, 16 or so. I guess you could quit. My parents weren't going to go for that deal. I can tell you that. But regardless, if kids, they find a job or they go to a trade school or an apprenticeship or something, I guess the main thing is find out what you like in life and what you're naturally good at, because I think everyone's given a gift and they're naturally good at something. And if you could turn that into a job, whether it be just going to work as an apprenticeship or whatever, and you enjoy that kind of work, I think you'll do just fine.
Hi, neighbor.
Buddy?
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Kurt. Okay, hey, thanks for checking in. Hope you get a huge turnout at your meeting tomorrow night there at Jerry's Pizza. I'll say 7-3. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. 8 more stations want to check it this time. Please go on.
K9FLO. Good evening, Jimmy.
K9FLO. Good evening to you, Dean. What's going on with you? We're talking about what was your favorite memory or least favorite memory of your high school days? Where did you go to school? What year did you graduate?
KC9GCR, K9FLO. Good evening, Jimmy. Good evening, Kurt, my neighbor. I heard you in there overloading everything. Very good. But wow, you got a whole slate of stuff here. 1969, graduated Harlem High School in Loves Park at that time. And I'm trying to think what the other question was. Favorite class, was that it? I think it was. Sorry, senior moment. My favorite class was lunch and homeroom, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. I was asking what were your most favorite or least favorite memories of your high school days?
Well, I don't know. I guess I didn't have any as such. No, I can't think of anything that was good or bad. You did what you had to do and make it through there. And yeah, interesting. Interesting question. I don't remember anything. Get through all the classes and that. I was, the typical, in those days we had electronics classes in schools still, and shop classes. We had, I remember had, I'm trying to think, drafting and woodworking and all that, but mine primarily was in the electronics classes, but otherwise, that was pretty much it. I think all that stuff's gone now in today's schools. That's not a need-to-know type item anymore there, Jimmy.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. My favorite classes, I liked the U.S. history, the government, my senior year, and of course, then let's see, I think it was world geography. I hated math. That's all there was to it. I almost didn't graduate from high school back in '67 because I had to see. I flunked general math in my sophomore year. My counselor told me I didn't have to take math my junior year, but I had to my senior year in order to graduate. So I took consumer math, and I almost didn't graduate. But I ended up getting a C. It was a C minus, but at least I passed, so I was able to graduate anyway.
Oh, yes, indeed. I know what you're talking about there. Yeah, I'm just trying to think back on there. It's been a while, you know. We're kind of in that, you know, you and I are in the same group on that there. And, you know, I don't remember the classes in the sense of, you know, the elective. I guess you'd call your shop classes were electives. But otherwise, they're regular classes. You know, it's one of those things you went and passed them, and that was it. And of course, when I was there, everybody was freaked out because you didn't want to get out of school, and unless you're going to a professional college. But everybody's worried about getting drafted. That was absolutely the number one talk going on. Is that, boy, you know, as soon as you walk out the door, you're going to get the draft notice. And that was pretty darn scary back then. Yeah, I mean, they're way above and beyond the school. It was, when you walk out that door, are you going to get that draft notice? And that was pretty scary back then. You know, these kids these days don't have to worry about things like that. But, you know, there was a lot of good people went in and, you know, did the right thing. But at the moment before you get that notice, and, yeah, interesting there, Jimmy, go ahead.
That was great. That was great. I was just telling Kurt there. I saw on the news or there that a week or so ago that I don't know. Was somebody they're starting up a trade school in Rockford. I don't know. It was Rock Valley College or something like that. They were saying that I was mentioning that not everybody who was graduating from high school today is going on to college. They're going to a trade school. They're trying to see about learning a trade there.
Well, you know, I think you're right. I would say back then there were two things that were happening. This, of course, is in the late 60s. Like you said, trade school. And the other thing, of course, is military. That was really what was going on. Not one of the two options, probably not the best, but worked out for some people real good. But otherwise, you're right, the trade schools. And, you know, the schools are still training people at that time for going into trade schools, but we really didn't have a lot of them around. I mean, you know, if you're into electronics, we had the old NRI and Cleveland Institute, and I'm trying to think the Chicago one too. But also, Jimmy, in those days, your employers at that time would do most of the training. So if you got out of high school in those days, and they're in the late 60s anyway, your employer would train you. And they would foot the bill for everything to get you basically groomed to meet their needs. I think those days are long gone. Now it's the other way around. But yeah, your employers took care of you back then. But boy, has that changed there, Jimmy.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. Transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. That is very true. That's very true. Okay, hey, if you want to get back to Kurt for a little bit, you go. If you want to rag you for a few minutes, we're not doing anything anyway. So go ahead there. We'll catch you later. And Dean, thanks for checking in. Go back to Kurt there if you like.
So did you burn out the timer?
I don't think he burned out the timer, but one of the three of us are probably going to. How's it going, Dean?
Not bad. You going to be at breakfast in the morning?
Yeah, I sure am, because I talked to Chuck. You probably didn't hear me. It was before I think you got on, but yeah, I'm buying 1.5 gallons of honey from him.
Wow. That's good. That's really good. He's done really good, I guess, this year with the bees. Really has been very productive on it, so I'm glad to hear that. All right, yeah, I'll be there. I have to wreck my stomach for the boarding, so I'll be there. And gosh, there was something else I was going to mention to you. Now I can't think of it. You know, the senior thing is not the best. It's kind of misleading on how that goes. But yeah, I'll make it. And there was something I was just going to mention to you, and it threw me off. Yeah, Chuck stopped over and I gave him those Waco connectors. He's really thrilled with them. Those are really cool. They replaced the old traditional wire nuts, and they're really, really good. They're UL approved and everything else for doing splicing, and they have all kinds of different shapes on them. And there's a big craze over in Europe, I guess. And I stumbled onto them, bought a few of them, and they're really cool. So the wire splices there, Jimmy, what we're talking about first, if you want to tie two wires together, they really work good. You don't have to have issues like the old wire nut. And not only that, the nice thing about them, if one wire is a 24 gauge and the other wire is 12 gauge, beautiful. It works with both. So one of them, they'll handle both sizes, and it's just a real sweet little package. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if Chuck's going to be at breakfast tomorrow, Kurt, so if he is, I'm sure you'll bring a Wago with him.
No, he said he'd be there because I asked him about the honey, and he said, yep, he'll be there with the honey. So, no, that's no problem. And I looked that up then after you told me what they were. And that's, I think I mentioned to you on the phone, that's where they had one of them in that kit that I bought from, the guy's name is Barry something. He's in Iowa, and he makes a rebuild kit for the power supply of 516F2 for a Collins, in my case, Collins transceiver, the KWM2A. And I met him at a Hamfest. Pretty sharp guy. He's a pilot for a commercial aircraft. But anyhow, they had one of those in there. That was the first time I ever seen them. Well, I got to tell you, I'll probably look a little goofy like someone hit me in the eye yesterday, because a couple days ago my left eye started hurting, and it wasn't any better yesterday, and it looked worse today. So I went into the clinic this afternoon and asked them what was going on. A doctor looked at it. Come to find out that either it was a fly or mosquitoes or something, but they bit me right in the corner of my eye, and it made kind of my eyelid swell, and I just look a little goofy. And so I'm going to have to now explain tomorrow with everyone that no, my wife didn't hit me and pop me a good one in the left eye or anything like that. It's actually a mosquito or fly bite or something. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to explain that. Or I could go the other route and go, no, my wife did hit me in the eye, and the reason she hit me in the eye is because I wouldn't eat my poison mushroom she made me.
Well, I would hope in that respect that Sheila's not listening to this conversation right now. Wow, I understand that. I'm glad it was something like that. I've got, unfortunately, glaucoma and every other eye disease, and so I'm glad to hear it's just that. But I'll tell you what, when Chuck was over here yesterday, I think it was, and picked up that cable, and we were standing out on my deck on the back, and he was, I was sitting there, and the bees are real friendly right now. The yellow jackets are really want to get on a one-on-one personal relationship with you. And one was landing on my arm there. Chuck just said, don't move your arm, just hold it steady. He'll just check you out. If he likes you, he may stay a while, but otherwise he'll just leave you. And he was absolutely right. It did. And not a friend of yellow jackets, but there's a lot of them out here. Seems like this year, but he didn't bother me. Now I've been to Chuck's beehives where you dress up and put the hat on and all that, and they're all surrounding you, and that's a little different there. But they don't really bother you. I mean, you just don't harass them or talk too much to them, and it was fine. But yeah, he was right on. He said, "Dude, just don't do anything. Let him do his thing, and he'll leave." And he didn't. But that was a regular yellow jacket, and of course they can nail you all they want. So that was good. So anyway, let me drink. I think I better get it back to you there, Kurt. Jamie, I know you're still here. I get it back to Kurt. K9FL.
Hey, okay, very good. Yeah, well, that's true, I suppose, for a lot of animals, whatever they are. You know, if you leave them alone, they don't bother you. You know, it's probably, I hate to say, true for a lot of people that way. Don't disturb them, but just leave them alone, and you'll be fine. But you keep poking at the bear, and eventually he's going to come back and bite you or do something to you and defend himself. Yeah, and that's true. You just leave the bees alone and everything else, and you know, don't overreact or whatever, and you'll probably be just fine. Well, anyhow, so yeah, I'll be there tomorrow, and then, of course, we got our, well, I'm going to call it meeting. It's not really a meeting, but a get-together at Jerry's Pizza tomorrow night, and anyone can go to it. Just send me an email, let me know you're going. You don't have to be a club member or anything. If you just want to come out and see other hams in the area, that's kind of what it's all about. So that's tomorrow at Jerry's Pizza at 5 o'clock. All right. Well, listen, I'll turn it back to Jimmy then, and he can continue then. KC9GCR, KE9M.
Okay, Kurt and Dean, you guys have a good evening. Thanks to both of you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net, and good luck at both your get-togethers tomorrow. Let's hope you get a good turnout at both. I'm sure we'll probably find out either tomorrow night or during the Monday night rah-rah net how things went. So thanks to both of you for checking in.
All right, Jimmy, hey, take care. Talk to you later, and I'll see you in the morning there, Kurt. And all right, on the honey trip, yep, he's got a good batch. And Andy brought him another not a hive, a swarm the other day, so Chuck's pretty happy about all this. It's going to be a very busy day for him the other day. Take care. Talk to y'all later. I'll see you in the morning, Kurt. Jimmy, 7-3s. K9FL.
Okay, you guys. Thanks to both of you for checking in. You both have a good evening. K9G is here. This is what this net is all about, to have fun. We're not a formal net. This one makes it great. We can have a rag chew net if you want a rag chew, or if you want to have a swap net, tech net, or trivia or DX reports or what have you. This is great. This is what it's all about, to have fun. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net, a W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at?
Yeah, they're on a slow boat to China.
Hey, Art, N9NQD, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, Jimmy. I thought I'd key up and say hello to you. Been a while, been busy. Been having one surgery after the other, but slowly but surely, I'll be doing okay here.
That's for sure. I'm asking a question tonight there, Art. What was your favorite, or least favorite times when you were in high school? What what year? Where did you go to high school? What year did you graduate?
Oh, I went to East, the Beast, yeah. I graduated around 70. Least favorite or most favorite? Well, aside from trying to keep away from the hoods and other people, I don't know. Most favorite was my doggone science teacher. Oh, he was a hoot. He could crack you up and you'd remember the science as well. He was very good. His name was Mr. Rich, and boy, he was rich. I'll tell you, he was a good teacher. I mean, yeah, if I could teach like him, I'd have it made.
I hear you. I hear you. So that's for sure. My favorite teacher. This was not a high school teacher. This was back in when I was in junior high. Lucille M. Gray. She was my 8th grade. 8th grade history teacher. She was a joy. That's all there was to it. We had several great teachers when I was in high school too. But that was great there. So okay. Yeah, I graduated from Freeport High School in 1967. So I almost didn't make it, but by the grace of God, I did. Okay. That's what else is happening with you, Art? We haven't heard from you in a while.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit of surgery here and there over at Swedish American. And then I opted to get some eye surgery done and got turned on by what else they can do or what you should be doing as you get older. Yeah. Thinking back, there was one other teacher that I had, history teacher. I did like history, and I pulled B's in history, okay? And the teacher that I had, her name was in the front of the book, so essentially she helped write the book.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that there.
So, I mean, it was rather unique. I had a pretty good time throughout that era, and yeah, I think back about it all, and I had a car and get it going and that sort of thing. These days, everything's so frickin' high. You know, I heard you talking a little earlier about loans. Well, if you don't take a loan out to do what you want to do, you're not going to get there. And, you know, doctors, lawyers, etc. do the same. You know, doctors start up this practice, bang, bang, boom. They pay the loan off, you know. 8 years, you know, it's an awful long time, you know, to become a doctor, even a dentist, you know, unless you want to go the extra, extra 2 years in order to learn how to put your patients to sleep, you know. It can be quite taxing.
I hear you. Yeah, that's the way it is. Yeah, try to avoid that at all costs. That's for sure. Hey, Art, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. You enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you down below. Thanks for checking in.
Yep, 73s. Have a good night. GCR, excuse me, N9NQD. We'll be clear and listening.
Thanks for checking in, Art. Okay, do we have any more late check-ins for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec, Victor Bravo, Brian in Roscoe.
KD9QVB. Okay, Brian, we've got you checked in. What's going on with you? I'm asking a question. What are your favorite memories, or least favorite memories of your high school days? Where did you go to high school, and where did you and what year did you graduate?
Oh, wow. You're asking a lot. Start with the simple one. Graduated in class of 1980 from West High School in Rockford, Illinois. So, boy, some of my best memories were when I did the high school musical. Well, several of them. I think I did 3 of them, but in my senior year, I was one of the main people in that program, Finian's Rainbow. And then, oh gosh, some of my least favorite would maybe be the day when all the kids walked out because we couldn't have sports in our freshman year, so the whole school, and I think the whole city, all the schools, high schools, went out, walked out and tried to protest. So it was kind of crazy that day. Over?
I remember that time. I think that was 76, 77. He did not have any sports at all whatsoever. That was a shame too. So hopefully that, fortunately that was resolved. And the next year, 77, 78, you'd had, of course, that was your East High basketball team went down the state, finished 4th in the state. So, hey, you're the West Warrior. We had 3 East E-Rabs check in and won the West Warrior. So that was you.
Fantastic. Well, yeah. But I enjoyed my high school years. It was a good time in life, and wasn't the best student. Didn't get A's. An occasional B and lots of C's. B's and C's were probably the going grade for me. I spent a little more time goofing around than studying, but I had a good time. Over.
That's what it's all about. Hey, Brian, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend.
You as well, sir. Good to talk to you, Jimmy. Thanks for doing what you do. Have a good night.
Welcome to 73. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now.
KC9GCR. Here is KC9YI, Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee India.
KC9YI, good evening, Scott. You're making it into the repeater. Definitely almost full quiet. You're definitely sounding good. What's going on with you? I'm asking the question, what was your favorite memories or your least favorite memories of high school? And I'm not going to ask you where you graduated. I know you went to Monroe High, and I know you graduated from that school.
No, you got it wrong there, Jimmy. I went to Monticello High School, which is just north of here. 1976 graduate, and probably things that I remember. Of course, I was into photography and following the different sports teams. We had particularly basketball. We had a young coach that ended up going to coaching in college teams even, and going to some of the tournaments. We were a small school, and I think we went to a sectional in West Bend, Wisconsin, and some of the it was an exciting time with the good basketball teams that we had. And I suppose the least favored was probably the day we had the bomb threat, and luckily it wasn't real bad outside, but it was kind of cool. we ended up everybody outside for a couple hours. So back to net, KC9GCR, this is KC9YI.
Okay, sounds good. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun. There's W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun, etc. in Freeport. Sounds good there. Scott. Oh, by the way, this past Sunday we did do some rag chewing during the after 7:30 when of course there was no net this past Sunday because of the holiday. But I think it was who was it? Me and I think it was Scott K9UQL. Checked. We got talked a little bit. I think somebody else got in there too.
Oh, that's great. And I didn't comment on the signal of the repeater tonight. It is definitely stronger than it normally is. Very nice signal coming in here, so that's probably why I'm getting back halfway decent. I am running 80 watts, but it's sounding, you're coming in better than normal here on the 6.1. Well, that's great. Yeah, I was up north last Sunday night, so glad you kept the frequency warm for us.
Well, thank you very much. I sure appreciate that, Scott. Okay, I won't hold you. Thanks for checking in. I almost forgot about you. You must have had company tonight, so you have a good day. Now, next Friday, we're going to do a special edition. It's going to be all about the cheese days. I'm going to ask everybody what their favorite cheese is, and I probably might read some recipes that contain cheese from some of the cookbooks I have. But that's what we're going to be talking about next Friday night.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, let's see. Friday night, I think, is the opening ceremonies here on the square. Yeah, people are talking about cheese days. They'll be setting everything up right away after this weekend, I think. Usually they start getting the cheese tents up and the stage and all kinds of stuff. So it'll be a busy time. Kind of glad that I'm retired now, so all I do is go and enjoy it that way. So anyway, real good on everything, Jim, and take care, and all the best to everybody on the net here tonight, and have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys later. KC9GCR, this is KC9YI.
Okay, Scott, yeah, that'll be the first time in 4 years that you had that. So you guys gonna have it in 2020 with the virus. So, okay. Have a good evening, Scott. Thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. The K9GCR. Okay, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? From anywhere in the region, please call K9GCR.
KC9GCR, KD9EPZ.
Yeah, go ahead.
Research, and that question about the full-wave rectifier is incorrect.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going by what the book said.
I think I heard you use that question a couple of weeks ago, and for some reason I figured it would have changed in the meantime. But yeah, there is a difference between a full-wave rectifier and a full-wave bridge rectifier. And a center tap transformer with 2 diodes is a full-wave rectifier, and a non-center tap transformer with 4 diodes is a full-wave bridge.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I was just going by what the book says. I think that that general Q&A book, I think it's good for another year. I think that by this time next year we'll be using the new one. Maybe they'll correct that at that time. Thank you very much for that information.
Here, because I mean, I taught vocational school electronics for 5 years, and I didn't think I was getting that old.
Okay, Al. Thanks. Thanks for that providing us with that update. So, okay, sounds good. Maybe they'll reword the question when a new book comes out next year. Thanks you very much. So, okay. Any more stations, any more late check-ins for the net, please call now. Okay, at this time, I'm now going to give you a rundown of all the other nets in the area. Currently, right now, if you want to switch over to the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, CFMC 440 machine. Night watch is currently underway right now. They just started about 20 minutes ago. That net runs 7 nights a week. Friday nights they usually have their Friday night get together. They're probably talking about that right now. Conditions are favorable. Last night I was able to. Well, a couple of nights ago I was able to check into that net. So that's a good net. They know about the Friday night fun net. I told them. I always told them that I mentioned the night watch net. So go to 443.750 for the night watch net that's currently underway right now. So again, that net runs 7 nights a week. If you can't get into the repeater, you can get in via the Echo link. Okay, don't forget tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. here on this repeater, we got the Saturday evening rag chew net. I believe with Larry. K9HKX is supposed to be net control, depending on what time you get back from the get together at Jerry's Pizza there with the rah-rah being. But we go around a few times, talk about different subjects. You want to bring up the subject, that's fine too. And immediately found that net at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. Actually, it's in New Berlin. PL of 127.3 minus offset. You got the Saturday night fun net. That gets underway at 9 p.m. You got checking the third way, A through G or whatever. I'm just using an example. And that net's a lot more structured than this net, but I like to promote it anyway. The Greene County Aries Races net will be reconvening downtown Rockford. The streets are empty. Wyman Street. There's nobody's home. Well, you know why everybody's home? Everybody's listening to Friday Night Fun Net. Okay. As I said, the Greene County Aries Races net will reconvene at this coming Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe. That has a PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott K9YI, you just checked into this net a few minutes ago, is net control. Combination Aries Races and Rag Chew net. The Big Thunder Amps Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. That is a PL 100.0 plus offset. That net runs for about 10-15 minutes. It's a check-in net only. If you have any traffic, you gotta wait till at the end of the net there. But it's a good net to check into. The Whiteside County Aries net meets also at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling. PL of 114.8 minus offset. Shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. That is, it's about 200, 300 feet. The antenna is about 200, 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Okay, Monday evenings, we've got the Monday Night Rah-Rah Info Net at 7 p.m. here on this repeater. Larry, K9KCG, and I share the duties of net control. I ran the net last Friday. I ran the net next Monday. I don't even know what I'm talking about here. I ran the Monday night net this past Monday night, and Larry will be doing the net this coming Monday night. Okay, then the Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb, the PL of 100.0 minus offset. Let's see. K9HWK, you checked in his net earlier. He's Matt. He's one of the net control operators on that net. Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater, the PL 114.8 plus offset. You got the first of the two health and the tech nets. Larry, K9 and KZT is, Larry, H9GO and Rockton is net control of that net. Then we ask everybody how they're doing health-wise, or anybody have any technical questions. Immediately following, at the same time that net is underway, the Kishwaukee Amateur Radio, the Rock County Aries Races Group, holds its Tuesday evening net on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville. That has a PL of 123.0 minus offset. Ogle County Amateur Radio Net for Aries Skywarn meets on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon, PL 146.2, Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. I host the Wednesday evening weekly Stevens County Aries net at 7:30 p.m. Okay, we'll try that again. The Greater Boyd Amp Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd with a PL 123.0 plus offset. Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD and I share the duties of net control operator. I ran the net this past Wednesday night, and Mel will take the net next Wednesday night. He brings us Amateur Radio Newsline, 15-minute independent news broadcast of old and entire to amateur radio. Now, Thursdays, I probably should let Rara know. We got the Northern Illinois Skywarn training net, which meets at 7 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater with Ricky, WX9RLT is your net control. Immediately following that net, as soon as they get done, I will take the Thursday evening health and tech net. I will be the net control for that net. Again, that follows immediately the Northern Illinois Skywarn training net. Okay, now the C9 net meets each and every day, Monday through Friday, 1400, 1500 hours Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck. WD9BB is your net control station. By the way, at the conclusion of the Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday evening nets, well, Larry, K9 KZT does Morse code practice. Okay, you're all caught up to date in your local net. Support your local net control operators. Support your local nets, your local repeaters. You're a member of any ham radio club. By all means, support your local clubs. Okay, do we have any more late check-ins for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on. Okay, let me tell you something about the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. We've had no hotline check-ins tonight, but you've seen pictures of it on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Its the phone number is area code 815-232-FN-FN 232-3636. Local Freeport number. If you're out in the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions. You don't have internet access or what have you. Just call the area code 815-232-FN-FN 232-3636. So take your check on the door of the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. You see pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. If I'm transmitting, you hear it ring, which was not the case tonight, folks. That's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. Next, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. This net is being live streamed around the world on the internet. It's also being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Go to Friday Night Fun Net Central, follow the instructions. You later on tonight you'll hear this net, a replay of this net. You'll hear other past editions of the net. You hear last Friday's net or what have you. It's 3 a.m. You can't go to sleep. So I figure, you know what? I'm going to turn on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page and listen to Friday Night Fun Net. If that doesn't put you to sleep, I don't know what will. But I'll tell you what, it's on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. It's Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day. Friday Night Fun Net all the time. Friday Night Fun Net every night of the week. Every night is Friday night. Okay. We're getting ready to wind down the net here. Any more stations want to check in? Please go on. Okay, I want to thank the members of RAH, the RAH Board of Trustees, Board of Directors, and Kurt K9 RAH President for allowing me to host this Friday Night Fun Net. We didn't have to go to 195 tonight. That was great. I'm going to run down the list of stations that have checked in so far, starting with my two early bird check-ins. K9HKX, Laurie and Roscoe, he said he might check in, but I guess something kept him busy. And Bruce, W4OLE, down in sunny Orlando, Florida. Middle and upper 80s down there, warm and humid. But that's the way we like it. Okay. These are the stations that checked in so far during that. AA9VU, AC9 to KX, KD9EPZ, K9HWK, K9SSB, K9DDF, H9NW, W9KLG, K9MED, and my one and only internet checking, W2CSI in Charles down in North Carolina, W3MBX, K9QPL, KD9GDY, K9MED Carry, and let's see, my two honorary check-ins, W9GD, the late great Gene Duncan, King of DX, and K9KZT Larry, and a relay check-in from W9KLG, Justin K9FEO. I don't have to put him down as an honorary check-in tonight. K9OEG, Chris in South Point, K9CNW, Mark in Rockton, K9CFL, Mike in Rockton, H9GO, K9N, Current Roscoe, his neighbor K9FLOD down and also in Roscoe, myself K9GCR, N9NQDR, and K89QVB, Brian, and last but certainly not least, Scott, K9YI in the Monroe. Let's see. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 on-air check-ins. So far, 2 honorary check-ins, 1 internet check-in, and 1 relay check-in for a grand total of 29 check-ins. Not bad for a Friday night. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, be sure tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your neighbors, across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your in-laws, your grandparents, your neighbors, cross the street, down the street, and next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell your doctor or your dentist. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell the clerks behind the counter of your post office when you go buy stamps or envelopes. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, your bartenders, your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Sure you tell your garage mechanic, your new car dealer, your used car dealer, your stockbroker. Be sure you tell your tax consultant. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA, PTO, or whatever. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you take an E or clench your fist during the national anthem, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. Plain and simple. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the net tonight. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. A great subject tonight. Thanks to Larry K9KGT for presenting it. What were your favorite or least favorite memories of high school? Where did you go to high school? What year did you graduate? Great topic tonight. We'll do it again next year at this time. Reminder, next Friday night will be our salute to Monroe, Wisconsin Cheese Days. I'm going to ask everybody what their favorite cheese is, if you like cheese at all. Now maybe you read some recipes, some different cheese recipes from the different cookbooks I have. Okay, with that, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, we're in the region. Excuse me, with route traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Show. Okay, tune in again next week, same time, same repeater, we hope, for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR. Now closing down this Friday, September 9, 2022 edition of Friday Night Fun Net. And return the repeater in the frequency normal average radio use at exactly 10:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 hours for 35 minutes Zulu time, with a total of 29 check-ins. Okay, this is K9GCR wishing you all a very pleasant good night. K9MED, K9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead and post it, Mike. 2 hours, 35 minutes net. Well, let's make it 2 hours, 34 minutes. We started at 8:01, 29 check-ins overall. I forgot to do my honorary check-ins, but I can put them down later on. You don't need to worry about it.
All right, Jimmy, I'll get it posted here. This is KD9MED 73. Night, Jimmy.
You too, Mike, and thanks for all you do. I'm going to see if the night watch net is still on. Let's tell him I'll see if I can pick him up. 443.750. The PL 114.8 plus offset. Okay, Mike. Talk to you next Friday night. K9G Sharply clear. Good night.
KD9MED clear.
Good night there, Jimmy. W9KLG.
7-3 there, Kevin. Thank you for checking.